the same clock, but let's try something else. Now, if I have one that's pointing here, the minute hand is here, the hour hand is here, the hour hand is here. Okay? And one that the minute hand is here, the hour hand is here. Now look up, for this first one, we have the hour hand to be in between 2 and 3, and the minute hand to be at where? 11. Okay? It's also very simple. Now let's calculate for the minutes. Are we together? Let's calculate for the minutes. It's at 11, and I told you from here to here is 5. From here to here is 5, here to here is 5, here to here is 5. Since we have 5 lines in between them, okay? So we have what? 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That means from 11 to 12 is how many? 5, because it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. Are we together? So that means we have 5 minutes before it gets to 11, okay? And it's at this side, okay? Now for this part, the hour hand has passed 2 and is going towards where? 3. Are we together? The hour hand has passed 2 and is going towards where? 3. So for our time is going to be what? 5 minutes to 3 o'clock. Our time will be what? 5 minutes to 3 o'clock. Since it has passed 2 and is going to 3, and the minute hand is clocking to 12. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 minutes, okay? So it's going to be what? 5 minutes to 3 o'clock. Now, what would the digital time tell us? Okay? For the digital time, the hour hand passed where? 2. It's passing 2 to 3, okay? So it's going to be 2. Then we'll count how many minutes. From here to here is 5. 5, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So our digital clock will tell us it is 2:55. Can you now see the difference between the two? The digital clock will tell us it's 2:55. The analog clock will tell us it is 5 minutes to 3 o'clock. Very simple. Now let's try this one also and see. If you check closely, it has passed 7 and it's going towards 8 for the hour hand, and the minute hand is exactly at 9. Are we together? So now let's count how many minutes. We say from one big line to the other big line is 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So let's count. From here to here is 5 minutes, here to here is 5 minutes, which is 10 minutes. Here to here is 5 minutes, which is another 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, which is what? 15 minutes. So our analog clock will tell us it's 15 minutes. 15 minutes to where? 8. It will tell us it is what? 15 minutes to 8. Then for the digital clock will tell us it's passing here 7. It will tell us it is 7. So let's count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it tells us it's 7:45. Very simple. Now let me simply explain this in one sentence. The difference between the analog and the digital clock is the digital clock counts the total number of minutes to where the long hand is. Okay? But for the analog clock, it tells us how close the long hand is to 12. Okay? How close the long hand is to 12. The shortest distance to 12. But the digital clock tells us how many minutes the long hand or the minute hand has traveled. That's for this example. Okay? Now let's try one other example that tells us both for minutes, hour, and seconds. Okay? Let's try one other example that tells us minutes, hour, and seconds. Now, supposing my hour hand is here, my minute hand is here, and my seconds hand is here, and this one, my seconds hand is here, my minute hand is here, and my hour hand is here. Now let's explain this clock, okay? Now, for here we have what, 3 hands. That means I've included the seconds hand. So this is the seconds hand, this is the hour hand, this is the minute hand, okay? So let's tell what the time is here. The minute hand is exactly as where 5. That means it's how many minutes? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it's exactly 25 minutes, okay? And now the hour hand is pointing where 2. Okay, that means 2 hours. Are we together? The second hand is pointing there 9. So let's count how many seconds. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it's 45 seconds. Now this is what we'll call as our time. It is 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 45 seconds. Very simple. The time is 2 hours, 25 minutes, and what? 45 seconds. Now let's see what digital time will tell us. Digital time will tell us it's what? 2, 25, 45. So the first one tells us the hour, the second one tells us the minutes, and this guy tells us what? The seconds. So it's 2 hours, 25 minutes, 45 seconds. Now let's try this other one. The seconds hand is pointing 1, the hour hand is in between 6 and 7, then the minute hand is exactly at 10. Okay? Now let's check how many minutes, hours, and seconds. Okay? Now very simple. The seconds hand is here at 1. That means from here to here is 5. So we have 5 seconds. Are we together? Now the hour hand is in between 6 and 7, okay? That means it's going towards 7. Then the minute hand is pointing at 10. So let's calculate how many minutes. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we have what? 50 minutes, okay? We have what? 50 minutes. So now let's tell this time in the analog system, okay? The analog system of telling time. It's going to be what? 6 hours, 50 minutes, 50 minutes, then what? 5 seconds. 6 hours, 50 minutes, then 5 seconds. Very simple. Okay? 6 hours. Since it's 6 hours going to 7, 6 hours, 50 minutes, and what? 5 seconds. Now, if you want to change it to digital system, it's going to be 6, 50, then 5 seconds. Very simple. Now, we've successfully been able to tell time in minutes, hours, and seconds. Okay? Now, I'd like you to table down your questions. I would be willing to answer them. Okay? And the material I'll be sending for you. See some examples there. Also go through them and do the exercises and kindly submit. I'll be willing to attend to it. And the next episode will be checking how to convert from seconds to minutes, from minutes to seconds, and from minutes to hour, and from hour to minute. Thank you so much for being part of this lesson. But before I go, let me just do a quick review and a quick recap. We treated time, and I say time tells us the measurable period in which an event occurs, the instantaneous period when it happened. Okay? And I said for a clock we have three hands. The second hand, which is the thinnest and the longest hand. The minute hand, which is quite thicker than the second hand and is long but not too long, not as long as the second hand. And we have the hour hand, which is the thickest of all and shortest of all. Okay? Now the second hand reads seconds, the minute hand reads minutes, and the hour hand reads hour. From each one long line to the other one long line, we have what? 5 short lines in between. Now, when the second hand is moving, it's reading the seconds, okay? Now, when the minute hand is moving, it's reading in minutes. So, if this second hand moves from here to here, it has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has gone 10 seconds. If this minute hand move from 12 to 3, it has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It has gone where? 15 minutes. And when this second hand moves from 12 back to 12, it has gone 60 seconds, and the minute hand will move by 1 minute. It means 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute, okay? Now, when this minute hand moves from 12 back to 12, it has gone 60 minutes. And this hour hand will move from one big line to the other big line, which is what? An hour. It means 60 minutes make 1 hour. So we now have this to play with, okay? Now, for the next episode, we'll be using those two things to calculate. I'd like you to prepare, stay tuned as we enjoy, okay? Take care.